We did it. We made it through January. We're nearly 6 weeks into the year and we already know there are goals we haven't hit. For those of you that are smashing all of your goals and haven't skipped a beat, then this video might not be for you. Today I'm talking to those of you who, like me, have already dropped the ball. This is our time to reset. What if hitting our goals doesn't have to be so complicated and living a happy life is something we can achieve and tick off every day? I wonder how many of us would stop chasing and slow down and just enjoy the journey. So I'm determined. 2024 is our year. I just know it. It's the year we achieve big things and love life a little bit harder than we did last year. And I can't be having long lists of hard, complex, impractical goals getting in my way. So today we're reflecting on how we can simplify our goals and simplify our lives so we can stay motivated, stay on track, and head into a new season, which is just around the corner, feeling our very best. Okay, let's start with a quick win and a no-brainer. It's time to simplify our skincare. I am on such a bathroom simplification and personalization hype at the moment. I have started to do a proper declutter of my bathroom products, and it's crazy how much of a difference it makes to my just life overwhelm when I've just got fewer things. And for this year, I've honestly had enough of spending so much money on all different types of bathroom products that I don't even really know what is what or if any of them really work. Which is why I am so happy to say that I have made the skincare switch to Skin & Me. For those of you that don't know, Skin & Me is a personalized subscription skincare service. They create a unique formula based on your skin and your personal skin goals. So how it works is you fill out an online consultation form, you answer a number of questions about your skin type, and you also answer questions about what your specific skin goals are. And then one of their team of experts will review your answers and your goals and create for you your own daily doser. So as you can see, your daily doser literally has your name on it. It is made for your skin and your skin only. And this stuff is the real deal. It contains active ingredients that will help address your skin problems and help you work towards your skin goals. For me, one of the very best things about Skin & Me is they really walk you through the entire process. For me, the very best thing about Skin & Me is the service that you get. I feel like I'm relatively new to skincare with active ingredients. I've tried different products in the past and I've spent probably far too much money on different skincare products not knowing if it was really doing anything for my skin. And one of the things that I love that Skin & Me do is that when your daily doses are ready, you get an email giving you some tips. So for example, when I first started using my daily doser, my skin is not used to active ingredients. So I was given the advice to either start using it every other day or to use a layer of moisturizer, then my daily doser cream, and then another layer of moisturizer, just to help my skin adjust to stuff that actually works. And because this contains stuff that actually works, I use my daily doser as part of my evening skincare routine. When you're using active ingredients, you need to make sure that you are using extra SPF in the day, and Skin & Me also recommend using it as part of your evening skincare. One of the very coolest things about the daily doser that I find is that it portions out the exact amount that you need each day. So when we're talking about how to achieve quick wins and achieve our goals and just simplifying things to make it happen better for us, this is just it couldn't be more perfect. Fun fact, Cameron actually also uses Skin & Me. He has been using it for a very long time. This is his personalized daily doser. His skin goals are very different to mine. His are all around pigmentation. Silly boy spent far too much time in the sun without proper sun cream, so Skin & Me are helping to address his pigmentation problems. So he has a different, unique formula to mine, and I think that is just what makes this product so special. It really is personalized for you. So if you are also ready to take control of your skincare, then Skin & Me have very kindly given me an offer to share with you guys. If you use code ellenalicemiller2, you will get your first daily doser for just $4.99. Personalized skincare for just $4.99 with active ingredients is a wild offer to me. You get your first daily doser for $4.99, and then the daily doses after that for the subsequent months will only be $24.99. So you're still actually saving £5 a month, even on your subsequent month daily doses, which is just fantastic. Do let me know in the comments if you choose to give it a go, or if you already use Skin & Me, let me know what you think. I am so excited to be using this. I feel like my skin has already started to see results in just a few weeks, which makes me so excited for the results that I'm gonna see over the next few months. So if you've been using it for a long time, let me know how much you love it. And thank you very much to Skin & Me for sponsoring this part of the video. Okay, the next thing on the list is simplifying how I spend my downtime. One of my big goals for this entire year is to spend more time outside. And that just has not happened in January, really. I mean, okay, I went to South Africa, I spent a lot of time outside, that was fantastic, but I haven't really been hibernating hard inside the house, and I'm just not gonna tolerate that for February. There is no excuse. Even when it's cold and even when the weather's not incredible, being outside always feels good. So I just wanna simplify what that means. I wanted to move to this lovely house so that I'd have a garden. And how much time have I spent in my garden? Almost none. Like literally since we've moved in, almost none. I take a cup of tea out there, I'm out there for 10 minutes and then I come back inside and that is it. Today we're changing that. I want to, once a week, go outside and do some level of gardening for just 20 minutes. Nothing too long, nothing too arduous, but I want to get in the habit of every single week doing something active outside that's not just like sipping my cup of tea. I want to actually work on the garden, nourish the plants that we've got there and just spend some time. So I have a lot of plants outside that need a lot of deadheading. I am not a gardener, right? I'm entering my gardening era. But the little that I do know about gardening is that you have to deadhead your florals, or you have to deadhead a lot of plants in order for them to grow properly. And before spring comes around, I want to make sure that I've got everything properly like cut back so that it can grow properly in like, I don't know, a couple of months' time. I don't know when stuff starts to grow properly, but hopefully soon. So I'm gonna get myself a little bit warm and we are going to head outside and start off my new goal of 20 minutes every week working on the garden outside, because there's no time like the present. Let's go. Okay, so basically what I've done is I did some Googling because, like I said, I am so not a gardener, but what it said on the internet was to basically cut just above where the fresh leaves are growing. So like obviously this guy here has got some leaves growing, so I just left him alone. And then this one I just cut because there are these new buds that are forming just here, so I just chopped just above it. And I did the same thing here where it looks like there's a new little guy that's growing there, so hopefully I've done this right. If any of you have proper green fingers, then please let me know, but it's so exciting. Like, look at this. It's like properly growing green. It's so windy out here. I hope you can hear me okay, but so exciting. I actually think I'm gonna love being a little green gardener, but anyway, I'm gonna finish off deadheading this last lot, and then we've also deadheaded the roses as well over here. So I'm hoping this rose will grow back really lovely, because I just love roses and I really, really want to plant more of them this year. When it starts to warm up a bit, I'm definitely gonna do that. And then once we've done this, we can head through to the back garden and start treating some more bushes around there as well. Literally this, I'm having the best time. It's actually warm. I don't need a coat. Don't need a coat at all. My cashmere jumper's keeping me plenty warm, and it is so nice out there. I can't wipe the smile off my face. I can't believe what a nice day it's turned into. This morning I woke up and it was very grey, and that's why I was determined. I was like, it's another grey day. We can't be waiting for glorious days to start achieving our goals. So I set this goal of being like, right, we're gonna simplify our goals, we're gonna get stuff done even though it's a grey day. And somehow the world knew that I deserved a reward for, for wanting to hit my goals even though it was grey, and they brought out the just most glorious sunshine. Oh my goodness, if you have a garden, this is your sign to get out on it. And if you don't, then get yourself to a park or go for a nice walk, because wow, it's just so good for the soul. So I'm now going to do what I said I wasn't allowed to do until I did something active in the garden, which is make myself a nice cup of tea and go and just sit out by the river for just 10 minutes before we move on to my next activity, which I'm also very much looking forward to. What a lovely day this is turning out to be. I'm loving it. I really wanted to make the most of my day off this week and I'm doing it. It's happening. Anyway, right. Drink my water, make myself a cup of tea and let's go sit by the river for 10 minutes. Next on the list is one of the things that probably brings me the most amount of joy in the world, and that is cooking, or more specifically, baking. It is absolutely one of my goals this year to bake more, and I think I put too much pressure on myself at the beginning of the year to want to bake more complex things. Last year, was it last year or was it the year before? I can't even remember now, but I started to bake sourdough, and if any of you were around then, it didn't last long. It was way more complicated than I thought to maintain your sourdough starter. And I just found the whole thing a little bit like too much for the amount of other busy things that I had going on in my life. But I do absolutely want to, when my life slows down a little bit and I do get to that kind of dream life of just being able to live a little bit slower, start my sourdough journey again. But in the meantime, I want to bake a little bit more this year. And in order to make it happen more often, I want to reframe my brain to basically say, you don't need to be making super complex, super hard things. We can actually make very easy things with just the ingredients that we have in the pantry or already in the fridge. And so that is what we're gonna do today. For some completely inexplicable reason, we have a ridiculous quantity of lemons. I think the last few times we've been in a shop, we've been like, oh, we've run out of lemons. And then we've bought more and come home to realize that we still have lemons, but I'm not sure why that's happened more than once. So we have a very large pot of lemons. So I really need to be cooking with lemons over the next couple of weeks or so. And because Valentine's Day is right around the corner, I thought I could make a lemon drizzle bundt cake. So if you were here for last Valentine's Day, I have the cutest bundt cake tin for Valentine's Day. Let me show you her. This is her. Look at how cute she is. She's in the shape of a heart, and I just think that she's so lovely. But honest truth, I bought this, and if you know, bundt tins are not cheap. Like, I was a bit blown away at how expensive they were. I can't remember how much this was, but I feel like it was about £50. And I was like, for a cake tin? Anyway, I splurged because I thought every single year I will make a love-inspired cake for Valentine's Day. And last year I made a red velvet, and it looked cute. It tasted awful. It didn't taste awful, but it was so dense, like so unbelievably dense. And it was Cameron and I's first Valentine's Day together. And I just remember him being so nice and being like, I really like dense cakes. Like, you know, I really like a fruit cake. Like, I like dense cakes. And I was like, oh, that's very nice of you to say, but this isn't dense. This tastes like, oh, it was literally like brick hard. It was absolutely awful. So we're gonna try again with the lemon drizzle. I have no idea what went wrong, so this could very easily happen again, but we're gonna follow a Mary Berry recipe, and if anybody knows cakes, it's Mary Berry. I trust her. It is time to spend a little bit of time slowing down, working with my hands. I might even just put on some like casual classical music in the background so I can just feel super peaceful in a very sunlit kitchen and bake myself a lemon drizzle. Let's see how we go. Okay, so I've just meshed out my sugar and my butter, and I now need to turn my sugar into like lemon sugar by putting the zest of 2 lemons into the sugar. But I wanted to show you this really cute little lemon zest that we bought when we were in South Africa. Look at how sweet it is. It's got 2 little giraffes on it, a baby giraffe and a mum giraffe. And it's got these like little spikes on that zest a lemon. I've no idea how well it actually zests a lemon, but we were at a market and a man was making them from scratch himself, and they were just so lovely that I was just desperate to get one. So I'm gonna give it a go, and to be honest, if it doesn't zest the lemon very well, I actually don't really care. I just think it's so cute and it's such a nice little souvenir for our kitchen from such a lovely trip. But anyway, time to zest the lemon. Hello guys, so it's actually the next day for me. Gosh, yesterday was just so nice. I honestly had such a nice day, and I know those days will not come around very often where I just have a full free day to just do what I want and to just try and like get back to the small and simpler things in life that make me feel good and to really think about prioritizing what makes me feel good. But it was so lovely to have that day, and I'm definitely going to try and get more of those into my schedule over the next few months if I possibly can. But on the theme of simplifying, I wanted to get into a little bit of real talk. So the whole point of my vibe is to try and simplify things so they become more achievable. But I also wanted to talk about where I have just actively failed at my goals already, and why I honestly think that is fine. And we all just need to go a little bit more easy on ourselves, because we know the statistics, right? We know that it is so rare for New Year's resolutions or New Year's goals to last the entire year. And some of them do, some of them don't. So if you also fall into the bucket of somebody that set a goal at the beginning of the year and you feel like you've already fallen off track, then me too. So fitness goals. I had a fitness goal that I was going to run 3 times a week and go to the gym 1 time a week. That's 4 lots of active exercise per week that I had scheduled. And you know what? I just think that's unrealistic for me at the moment. I think that going into the office is exhausting. I'm not good at getting up before work to do exercise, and when I get back from the office, I'm exhausted, which basically means that it's my non-office days that I have more of a chance to do my active exercise, whether that's running or to the gym. But I don't like having goals that I'm not meeting, so I'm changing them, and I'm giving you permission to change your goals as well. I also want to try and make my goals a little bit more realistic from a seasonal perspective. You know how much seasonal living is just so important to me, and the more that I align the way that I live my life with the seasons, the happier I feel like I'm getting, the more fulfilled I'm getting, and the more like peace I feel is coming into my life. I don't know if that sounds really cheesy, but I just feel if I follow nature, then, I don't know, I just feel in a bit more of alignment, probably sounding very spiritual, but that is honestly how I've been feeling. And winter is the hibernating time of the year. Everything comes back to life in spring, and so that is how I want to orient myself and orient my goals, with the view that spring is when I come back alive, and spring is when I can get super active and do my 4 times a week active exercise if that's what I love doing at that time of year. Because for me, I just know, like last year, if I think about spring, summer, I loved my running. I was doing it 3 times a week easily, and I was having the best time. And in winter, I just really don't enjoy it. I don't like it. And so I'm giving myself permission that if I don't enjoy it, I don't need to do it, and I can come back to it when I like it. So I am now readjusting my goals to once a week. For the rest of winter, I'm going to do 1 element of active exercise per week. So that can either be going for a run once a week or going to the gym once a week. And I'm reframing it as that once a week is half an hour of me to just move my body, limber up a little bit, get the blood pumping around me. We know there are so many health benefits and mental health benefits to exercise. And once a week is when I'm going to get that dose for the rest of winter. And to me, that sounds more manageable, and I'm also like more excited. I'm like, oh yeah, that's really fun. Like once a week, what's going to be like my one thing every week that I do? And I'm not going to try and do this 3 times a week, 4 times a week thing. It's just, it doesn't suit me, so I'm changing it. And for me, this realization that I've had has been such like a light bulb moment of how simplifying things to make them more achievable and just more enjoyable is just, it's such a no-brainer to me, to spend some time thinking about how you can simplify things in your life a little bit better. Whilst we're on the subject of goals, the other thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit is motivation and how I stay motivated and how I stay positive, because there were a few questions in the Q&A that I didn't answer that were all around motivation and positivity and what I do on the days when I don't feel good. So starting off with motivation, I think that motivation is a little bit of a myth. I think there are absolutely days when I feel motivated, and the way that I feel motivated when it does happen for me is keeping my vision, like either my vision board or just in my head, my vision of what my future self is like, really front of mind. Like when I think about all the ways in which future Ellen like walks and talks and acts and shows up for herself and the type of person that she is and the type of lifestyle that she leads, I just find that picture of future me like so motivating and so exciting, and that is the thing that often gets me up out of bed and charging after my goals, because I'm just so excited to be her and she is me, and that is the thing that absolutely keeps me motivated. But motivation is not a permanent thing, and I don't want anybody to feel like I am constantly motivated, because I am not. I truly think that to actually achieve what you want to achieve and to go after who you want to become, it's all about discipline and forming actual habits. Like, habits is like the number one goal, right? You start doing things on autopilot, you don't have to plan, you don't have to force yourself to do anything, it just happens because you're just used to doing it. Like brushing your teeth, you just wake up, you brush your teeth, you crack on with your day, you don't even think about doing it. That's the goal. That's like the pinnacle to me of achieving your goals, is turning the things that will get you there into habits. But the first step to forming a habit is absolutely discipline. And honestly, I am not a very disciplined person. I find discipline hard. I find motivation easier in lots of ways, and then I just kind of accept the days that I'm not motivated. But discipline, I think, is such an incredible skill to have, and I think it's such a testament to who you are as a person if you can have the principles to be super disciplined. Cameron is really good at discipline. If he tells himself that he's going to get up at a certain time and do something, he does it. And I respect that so much, and I want to increasingly work towards discipline a little bit more, because truth is, I'm a very emotionally driven person, and you can't always rely on your emotions to get you through. And some days that's totally fine, and some days I think when you are feeling sad or you are feeling low, the right thing to do is absolutely just to chill and to give yourself a bit of space and grace and just relax. But I do also think that on some of the days when you're feeling sad or you're feeling low, the best thing for you and the best thing for your mind is to get up and go and do things, and that often makes you feel so much better. Which brings me on to positivity. I am not always super positive. I do believe that I am an optimist, and I find life so exciting and so lovely. But first of all, I genuinely wasn't always that way. I feel like I actually spent most of my life into my kind of mid-20s being quite pessimistic about life. And I don't even know really what it was that shifted my mindset, but I just had this huge realization that I create my own reality. And I think when you start being grateful for what you've got and like really thinking about it, I think it's hard when you try and switch from a place of being a bit pessimistic to being more optimistic. It's hard because when you start feeling grateful for things, you then have these thoughts that try and sneak into your head like, oh yeah, but so-and-so has this or so-and-so has that. But once you start really, really practicing gratitude and really feeling so proud of the life you've got now, while still looking forward and having goals for how you want it to get better, I think that is like such a huge win. But anyway, as I was saying, I am honestly not always positive. I absolutely have down days. I absolutely have days when not a lot gets done and I feel slow and I feel lazy and I'm just not up for bouncing around all excited. But you just have to remember that on those days, they're not the days that I pick up the camera, they're not the days that I vlog. And I have so much respect for the creators who, when they're sad or they're in tears, they're able to vlog it and show it. But it's not my natural instinct. Like if I'm upset or if I'm having a hard time, my natural instinct isn't to grab the camera and show it. It's to curl up on the sofa with a blanket, get a hug from friends or family or Cameron, and eat a large bowl of pasta and just look after myself until I feel better. But I just want you to know that I absolutely do have those days, and there is nothing wrong with having those days. To bring it all back to the theme of this video with trying to simplify life, I feel like I have those days when I start to feel overwhelmed and I feel like there's too much clutter, whether that's like mental clutter or literal clutter or emotional clutter. And I think anything you can do to try and just strip back your life a little bit, make things a little bit simpler, I believe it's going to give you so much more mental clarity. So that is the hype I am on for the next few weeks. As you can tell, I've got this idea in my head and now I'm obsessed. Simplify, simplify, simplify. And I'm just going to see where that line of thought takes me. But anyway, I am actually now very late. I am off to have lunch with a couple of my girlfriends from school, actually. So we've known each other for a very long time and I'm so excited about that. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, I have had the loveliest time hanging out with you and I truly cannot wait to see you in the next one. And don't forget, guys, that if you do want to check out Skin and Me, then Ellen Miller 2 will get you your first daily dose for just $4.99, and all of your subsequent daily doses will then be $24.99, which is still a £5 saving. Let me know what you think if you do give it a try. Thanks so much, guys. Have the loveliest week, and I truly cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.